Hello, and God bless you. My name is Eva Virginius, and I live in Sweden, but I have also been and lived in United States, and I will be on this platform to talk and preach and whatever God wanted me to do in this place. I will tell you a little about me first, where I come from, a little of it. More I will show you and talk about it. This is me. Here I am in Israel. I'm going there in February 22 to be 2016, January 22, 2016. I'm going back to Jerusalem for the third time. The first time I was in September 2011, and that's where the picture are from. And then God wanted me to go to Kenya, and I was there by myself. I was not in a group or anything. I come there by myself. Have faith in God that He took care of me so nothing should happen when I was alone in Africa. So there I'm visiting churches, and on that big picture where I have the United States flag, you can see that there is a man on my right side that is writing in a book, but it was something God told me to tell people, that I needed someone that was writing what I was saying in the spirit, because those things I can't repeat. When I am in the spirit, I don't know what he's saying. I hear sometimes what I'm saying, but I don't remember everything. So I heard him with me. He write up everything that was of value of what I was saying. The whole time he was with me. And in the last of this day I was staying, he said, I truly believe that Eva have God in her, that she had talking from the Spirit inside her. He said to people. So he's my witness in Kenya, and I have been witness of myself also, of course, because of I did some healing also, and I was talking prophetic words that come true, and I visit poor people. I don't have any money to give people. It was not that's why I was in Kenya and Uganda. It was to give them words from God and tell them how to do their life. I didn't have any money to give them. And I am Baptist in the Rock Church International in Virginia Beach. That's one of the biggest churches in the United States. And Pat Robertson on CBN, he supported them so they can grow bigger and bigger. And God, I was in a minister class in that church, and one day say the teacher in our class that we should be Baptist. If we didn't had been Baptist as an adult, we should do it now. And I said never, 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 because I'm frightened to go into the water for not over my knees. And this time I should go and lay down under the water. And never ever I do it, I was thinking. So I didn't say yes to it. But then I heard God told me that you have to be Baptist because you can't be complete if I was not Baptist. So I have to tell them I have to do it because God have told me that. So I was going down in the water, and when I stepped down in the water, I was total calm. And I was down under the water and didn't go panic or nothing. And I was screaming when I come up that I could do everything for you, God. I was screaming in Swedish because I could do my biggest fear. That was the extremely fear for water. I couldn't even not take a shower to get panic if I get water over my head. So that was a special moment that God did, so I could do this. When I was in Africa, in Kenya, they gave me a piece of land. They didn't know, because one day when I was out and walking around at the property where I was, I did the prayer. It's the prayer of Seba. This to grow my property for God. So, and no one was around me. But when I come back into the house where people lived, the man that is with a red shirt, red socks, there on the picture, it's an old man. He was Muslim before in Uganda, but now he was Christian, and he felt that he must give me this land, the property at their house. So there was a man from the government come, and we did this paper. So I have a land in Kenya, but I'm not going there if I don't have any people with me nowadays. And then I have been ordained pastor in the church in Florida, but I walk away from them because they were too much money hungry church, and I am not. I try to not be money hungry. Money is always good to have as a tool for God, for the church, not for myself. Of course, money is good if you use it in the right way, not on yourself, but do something good with it. And when I lived in the United States, it was not myself. It was one morning when I was on my way home on a bus stop. God was talking to me and say, "Go and register the church for me," he said. So I went into the city hall and I didn't know what to do, but a woman felt God, that I come with God, and she helped me. She didn't know how to do it, but she did 6 calls for me, and she go with me to that office to get my certificate for the church. And when I was making the paper, the woman that did the papers, she said, what's the name of the church? And I didn't know. I was only thinking that I should go in and register the church because God said that. So I say in my mind, I was asking God, I don't know the name of the church. And God say, the Prayer of Healing Church. And this woman, she was very surprised. I saw that in her face, that she saw that I asked God. And I didn't even know how to spell it. I was not so good in English in that time. So I didn't know how to write prayer. So she did it for me. And so that's a real church name God wants me to work with. And then in the United States I had no money at all, and I was homeless, but I always have a bed to sleep in every night. And then the next letter you see, I wrote to the Swedish ambassador in New York or Washington, what it was. I think it was New York. And as it says there, New York. And they wrote back and say in English. I told them, write in English because they don't understand, because they think Sweden take care of me when I'm in the United States, that I get money from Sweden. So write it in English so I can show that to the church, that I have no money and no support from Sweden. So they write that I have left my country and they were not their duty to help me with any money at all. But in that time I get a job. I was living in nanny for Muslims people in Virginia Beach, so I didn't need to show this paper for the church. I get a home and then I get a little money. I get $300 per month to take care of a full home with 2 wild kids with the Muslim people from Afghanistan and Pakistan. And I have to run away from them because they want me to be there forever, to be a slave under them. So here is some addresses for you to know, to take contact with me, and this is me. This is me live. So welcome at 9 o'clock in the evening in a time, New York time. It's hard for me because I live in Sweden, but I will try to get hold on God, and that God's Spirit will come into my body and speak to you through me. Even if it's night, it's 4 o'clock in that time. For me in Sweden, it's 4 o'clock in the night. So when I live in an apartment, so I have to be a little quiet and not screaming. I hope not. I screaming. So I don't know if when the Spirit take me, I don't know what will happen. It's not me. It's God that take over my body. So I don't know what will happen. But I also will recording in daytime. Also recording, not only to live events. You will get some videos from me in daytime where I can scream if it will be like that. So once again, welcome